Good morning, everyone. My name is Adewale Waijomo. I'm here this morning to actually talk to the youth, especially the Nigerian youth. And the topic of this discussion would be: Is it late now to say sorry? Is it late now to say sorry? That question is actually directed to Nigerian government because the way they've been treating the youth right from inception is very, 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 very has been very bad. And up to this moment, they've not actually show the Nigerian youth that they are changed or they're gonna change or. And that's the reason why I'm doing this video. Yeah, in if you're a Nigerian youth watching this video, I want you to actually ask yourself, what is it that you've actually gained growing up? What are the things that you're supposed to enjoy while growing up, and what are those things you've actually enjoyed while growing up? I know majority of people will say, oh, school and the rest, but that's where I'm gonna start from. The school in Nigeria, to me, I wouldn't regard that, I wouldn't refer to all those things as school, because I think personally, I think it's a total waste of time. I think it's a total waste of time, and I have my reasons for saying that. You know, ask yourself, why is it that the government officials cannot cannot put their own children to attend the same school as you, if truly that that thing that we attended we refer to as school. To me, they are not schools. They are just waste of time. Let them just leave home and then find somewhere to stay, waste their own time, and that's how I see it. you know with reference, while I was growing up, I attended my primary school in Bariga and my secondary school in Bariga. But why in primary school, you know I could remember vividly, the number of students in a classroom. If we are not more than if we are not more than 80, we'll be very, very close to 80 students in a classroom. And I can bet you none of these political elites children went to such kind of school. You know, how do you think you can assimilate in a class of 80 students? You know, that's in primary school. You know, at least let's believe that, oh, we're still growing, we're in primary school, we are not doing much of learning and the rest. What about secondary school? There was no difference. There was no difference at all when it comes to secondary school, because I went to secondary school in that same location. And if not mistaken, if we're not up to 100 in a classroom, I'm talking about when I was in secondary school now, we were not less than 80 students in a classroom. And you know, it's so pathetic that now you have to sit down and think about how you spent your youthful age, your youthful time. These are a very crucial time in your life. You cannot get it back. You know, and to me personally, I think it's government techniques to actually to actually kill the burning desire of becoming a leader of tomorrow. That's the reason why they're doing it. Because if that's not the reason why they're doing it, check around you. How many school can you point out to and say, oh, this school is of standard? For example, let's take Bariga as example. When I was growing up, I'm not gonna even talk about primary school. Let's talk about the secondary school. We have CMS Grammar School. We have Bishop Owens Memorial Grammar School. We have St. Luke's. We have Bishop Ajayi Crowder. We have St. Finbas. We have CMS Girls. We have um, we have loads of them. We have national and the rest, But trust me, when I was growing up, they were all in the same shoe, you know. None is better. None is better. And the government, another way, government decide to kill that burning desire of becoming someone in life is that they introduce this thing called principal corps, where where the youth actually, according to them, is meant to be a social thing where schools will come together and play football and then enjoy that bit of time, competing. But trust me, it's an evil thing, because you don't want to even witness it. For those that have not witnessed it, or for those that were mates or were sets but they couldn't witness it. I witnessed the one in Bobby, when we went to Bobby to witness football match and everything. It was horrible. Some people became handicapped from there. Some people almost lost their life, you know, and nothing was done. They organized this thing, no police, nothing, and we think in our head, we think, oh, the government loves us, we are competing for our schools and the rest. But the agenda behind it is not a good one. It wasn't a good one. And, it's so pathetic that at that point in time, we couldn't reason. We're only doing what we're being told. Our parents will wake up in the morning, dress us up, have breakfast and everything. You're up to school, going to school, and believing that you're learning. But trust me, all what we learn then as well, the syllabus, the curriculum is rubbish compared to any part of the world. Is rubbish. I'm not sorry for saying it. I'm not sorry for saying it. You know, you're doing okay. Okay, if you doubt me, I want to ask some questions now. Why am I doing fine art? Why am I doing fine art? You know, it's not gonna take me nowhere. It's not gonna take me nowhere. You know, and people waste their time doing it, and you know, you're doing English and you're doing English literature. You're doing languages. We're doing uh, French, Yoruba, and the rest. You expect me at that age to be able to speak French? Come on, guys. It's not. It's not. Even the so-called the teachers, they are not. They can't even express themselves in French. They can't even express themselves in French. So all they do is to come to class and try to cajole people to, you know. But at that time, we were thinking that, oh, they're doing the right thing, we're doing the right, we want to learn and everything. But if you ask me, Ade, what? Just tell us what you've learned when you're in secondary school. I can't tell you much, and yet I spent 6 years in secondary school. You know, now moving from secondary school to tertiary institution, government intentionally put a blockage on your way, you know, and the blockage is called WAEC and JAMB. WAEC and JAMB. Do you know how many young people wrote their JAMB for about 8, 9 times, and it's written yearly? So they've wasted 9, 10 years of their life trying to go to uni, writing JAMB, rewriting WAEC, and the rest, and yet they couldn't cross over. And whereas you see some Dobes, you see some I don't know how to call it, but let me just be fair. You see some people that are not brilliant, people that doesn't know what they're doing in school. You see them because their parents have one way or the other bribed the officials and everything. They pass their exam and they're in tertiary institution. You start asking yourself, you know, now going to the tertiary institution, going to uni, poly, or whatever you call it, it's another ball game. It's another ball game. We have one section in a year. That's 2 semesters. Tell me, each of the semester, tell me what number of courses, the least, as in the least number of courses you've ever done when you're in uni in a semester. If I could remember during my own time, we did about 11 or 12. Is that not a waste of time? I studied accounting. In my year one first semester, I think those that I can remember now: Introduction to Financial Accounting, Introduction to Cost Accounting, uh, Economics, Introduction to Economics, Introduction to Computer, uh, 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 Introduction to Culture, um, Introduction to different kind of thing. Different kind of thing. You know, why you start asking yourself, why is culture, relevant to accounting, to what I was doing at that time? How? How? But just to make sure that you don't know what you're doing, they bring out all this curriculum, all this syllabus, and they hire people to mess you up. The so-called lecturers and teachers and the rest, they hire them to mess you up because they, in their head, you're supposed to be a leader you're supposed to be the leader of tomorrow, but they're killing that ambition by hiring some other people to mess you up, and you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know, you know. And with that, after doing all those 12 courses per semester, so in a session, you're doing about 16 different courses, or let's bring it down to 11, 12, because some of them are continual, like introduction to financial accounting. When you get to the next semester, you still do continue financial accounting. Introduction to cost accounting, you still continue in your second semester as cost accounting, all those kind of thing. So let's say bringing everything together, maybe you're doing about 12 courses in your year one, and that's how you do it for 4 years. For 4 years. Total waste of time. Total waste of time. Now, another thing they now do, they put another restriction, they put another blockage on the way. Bam. And what's that? What's that blockage? Court. Court. They call themselves different kind of name. Some call themselves black ass. Some call themselves Eye. Some call themselves Buccaneers. Some call themselves daughter of Jezebel. You know, different kind of names. And what's the intention? They put all those things there for you to start killing yourselves. And yet you wouldn't think of it. Recently, I was hearing a story. Two brothers. One was a member of Aye. One was a member of Aye during their time in the uni. But now they finished uni for about 4 or 5 years. On the day of one of the brothers' marriage, this other cultist member or whatever came. They killed him, and the brother was like standing for him to tell his group not to, you should do that. They shot him too. Though the other brother was still alive, but you can see how people waste their own life. And if you ask yourself, this cult, who are their matron or patrons? They are people in government. They are the VCs. They are the vice chancellor, the the senior lecturers, and everything. They are being paid. And who are their targets? The brilliant youth. Those are their target, because when they look at you that, oh, probably your future is bright and everything, all they could think of is to eliminate you before making it or something. And the youth won't think. The youth won't think. Now, going from there, after spending that 4 years, another waste of time is the so-called NYSC. Trust me, it's a total waste of time. You don't learn nothing. You just waste another 1 year of your life. And they will tell you, oh, we are trying to unify the Nigerian youth because of what happened during the Civil War. All those are scripted. All those are the devilish idea they're trying to project to the whole world. But trust me, it's evil. You've just spent 4 years of your life doing nothing, learning nothing, and after that they send you on the 5th year to one local, oh God, I don't know. I served in a community called Geisha in Yobe State. Trust me. I was sent there to teach. I was teaching SS1, SS2. But trust me, at that point, those that I was teaching, they could not recite the timetable. The times table. They could not tell them 2 times 6. 2 times 6. Those call themselves SS1, SS2. 2 times 6. They could not tell. None of them will tell you it's 12. All what they will tell you is 8. 8. And you see many hands up, and that's the reason why I start asking myself, why is it that in every election, you let the North, the Northerners rule you all the time. They always want to be leader, but they know nothing. Trust me. I'm not saying all of them. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying all of them, but majority. I went to uni with some good ones that are very brilliant, know what they're doing. You know, I went to uni with some of them that are very, very, very good, but most of them know nothing. You can't tell me at that point in time, even in the western part of Nigeria, even though you don't go to school, even though you haven't stepped your foot on in school for one day, you know, most of our kids will tell you, will recite times table two times, three times, four times, five times, and the rest. But these are the so call themselves SS2, senior secondary school, SS2. A year, just a year to finish their secondary school, and they could not recite two times, three times table. It's so it was the it was total waste of time for me. The reason why I say it was waste of time for me is that um excuse me, I was sent there. You know, the community had no electricity at all. You can ask people that I served with, no electricity at all. The houses, the houses, oh God, I don't want to think about anything there, because I end up spending more than I earn. When I got there, I had to go rent, uh, this lodge, guest house. That was where I rented for the whole year, because I want to be in the town. I want to be in the town, even though there was no light. The guest house was supposed to be a big hotel, the biggest hotel in that area at that time, but no electricity. I had to pay for to live in guest house for one year. I had to buy generator. I had to pay for generator. I had to buy TV and the rest. You know, no pure water, no water. In the morning, you want to take your shower, you have to go out and start looking for all these people that use truck to push water. They call them merua or something. Then, if you ask them, oh, where can you see cold water? You want cold water? Nothing of such. Nothing of such. And you've just taken someone that attended a private university to that section. How was I supposed to cope? That was the reason why I said, to me, it's total waste of time. I know some other people might enjoy their adventure or whatever. But what was that? Why did government put that as why did they make it compulsory for people after you finish your secondary education, your university education, you need to serve for 1 year? It's total waste of time. So most of people wasted 1 year of their life there. Go to any part of the world, it's only Nigeria. We've seen places that have had war, that have fought, but yeah, they don't do that. That's to tell you that they don't love you. They don't love you. They don't want you to become nobody. So after that, you finish your your university education, you start searching for job. No job. No job. I could remember I went for an interview before I left Nigeria to come to the UK. I went for an interview. Were many that attended the interview, and after some time we were being shortlisted to 16 of us. So, and we're seeking, we're seeking employment for as an accountant. And we were being taken to the office one after the other for interview, and I got when it got to my time I went to this office, and the man asked me, so okay, if we decide to give you this job, how much would you be willing to receive for as a monthly salary? I look at all my expenses, where I'll be coming from and everything. I say okay. I say 50 to 70,000 naira will not be bad. I was talking about year 2010. You know, do you know what this man told me? This man told me that they only pay 18,000 naira. I was so upset. 18,000 naira. And at that point in time, even if I'm willing to receive 18,000 naira, the 18,000 naira cannot even cater for my transport for a whole month. Trust me, because I will be coming from Bariga and I'll be coming to somewhere in Surulere. So I had to first of all take uh, got a bus from Bariga to Yaba, from Yaba to Surulere, all those things, and you have to walk about 25 minutes walk again. So you can imagine 18,000 naira. I say no. I say I'm sorry, and they say, oh, what can you do? Can you reduce? And I analyzed for the situation to demand that, see, I'll be coming from Bariga and everything. So after removing my transport fee for the whole month should be about 30, 35 grand for the whole month. So after removing about 30, how much will I be left with? I said the least I can do is at that point in time is 50,000 naira. And the man said, oh, he's very sorry that they can only pay 18. And I said, no, that was the end of my interview. I was going home fuming, that they should have at least do themselves pride by putting the expected salary in the advert in the first place. And I left. So after let me continue. After all those your university education, you start looking for job. No job anywhere for you, whether you like it or not. No job for you. You now see the children of all these ministers, local government chairman, fixing up all the position, taking up all the position. And you that you've suffered, your parents have suffered, paid school fees and the rest. You went to university for 4 years. You're being tormented by the courtists, and at the end of the day, you went to serve 1 year. You came back, no job. How frustrating is that? And that's the reason why they create this Agbe routine. Because if you have no choice, that's what you can move on to. That's the reason why I'm asking. Is it too late now for the government and the leaders in Nigeria to come out to say sorry to the Nigerian youth for what they've done? They create all this Agbero thing, and at the end of the day, when you have no choice, you will join them. You can't beat them. You join them. And when you join them, how do you think you can be leader of tomorrow? Your life has been ruined. That's just the meaning. Your life has been ruined. Another option they've now created that, okay, if you don't want to be an Agbero, you want to go into the force. Nigerian police, LASMA, the Nigeria Army. Now, don't forget that you've spent 4 years in the university, add up all your age and everything, you say, okay, I'm going to face it, I'm going to go into the military. Let's use military, Nigeria Army as example. They recruit you. Maybe they recruit you from Lagos. They will send you to Damaturu or Makodi or Meduguri. They post you, oh, Nigeria Army, you think that, oh, it's normal. You go there. The next thing, they will publish your name. Those that are going to fight Boko Haram. Don't forget, this Boko Haram are being sponsored by the same government. They have highly sophisticated weapon, guns. When I mean guns, they have highly sophisticated weapon that they can use. His government that is sponsoring them. Government, they have allocation. And their leader, you can ask Sheikh Gumi. He knows them. As a matter of fact, he's their leader. They will enlist your name among people to go fight Boko Haram. You look at it, oh, okay, it's not only me. We're going, oh, they're gonna equip us, give us gun and everything. When the time to equip you guys come, do you know what the government are gonna do? They've enlisted thousands of soldiers. They will give you guys 1,000 AK-47, and they provide sticks, to go and fight Boko Haram. And when you say, oh, give us equipment to fight, give us ammunition, give us guns and everything, the next thing, they will send you to prison. They will tell you, you did not obey the last command, blah, blah, blah. They know how they were doing it. You go to military courts, and the next thing, you'll be sentenced to death. End of life. End of life. That's the sin. That's the sin for the Nigerian army. Now let's talk about the police. They will recruit you into Nigerian police, give you all the training and everything. You go to police college for maybe another 2 years of your life. After graduating in Nigerian Police Academy, now you became police officer. And the next thing, they are giving you nothing to fight crime with. Your salary is even lesser than people doing agbero. No allowance for uniform, no good uniform. You will definitely look dirty because you only have one uniform. So you have to wash and dry, iron the same uniform every day. Your salary is nothing to write home about. Nothing good. What will you resort to doing? Collecting bribes. Those are the way the government, they've decided that those are the techniques of killing our youth. And for the few ones that say, you know what, I'm not going to join in all this. I'm going to I've got parents to look up to that can finance a little project for me or something. Do you know what they kill you with? They now bring another satanic program in the TV called Big Brother Nigeria. Bam! Now you'll be there wasting your time. You're wasting your life. Some people can tell you who was the winner of Big Brother Nigeria for the past 10 years. Good Ultimate Search. Super Story. They can tell you all those things. But ask them, how do you intend to become a millionaire? Nothing. When was the last time you ever sit down and think of your life? Nothing. and they make you to watch all this BBN, Nigeria, Big Brother Africa. Do you now know the worst thing of watching all these things? Watching them is not even bad, you know. Don't forget you don't have electricity. You've paid for generator, you fuel that generator to watch that program. At the end of the month, they will now bring electricity bill of 20,000 naira. Tell me how you're gonna cope. Tell me how you're gonna cope. How are you gonna cope? Yeah, some days back, about 2 3 days, I saw a guy killing himself, jumping from Tomiland Bridge into the water. You know, those are the impacts of all the combination of all those factors against the mental health of the young people. To wrap it up, what are the religious leaders doing? They are supposed to be stepping in, rescuing our youth from all these menace called the Nigerian government. Instead of rescuing our youth, do you know what they were doing? They were busy taking advantage as well. You go to church to seek for help, they will tell you, we've seen your problem in spirit. You can't make it. The only thing you can do now is go home, go and bring 50,000 naira. We'll do this, we'll do that, we'll do this, we'll do that. You haven't got 50,000 naira. You will end up, go steal, go rob. They will cash you, jungle justice. If they are not willing to, if they are not even, some of them will not even tell you 50,000 naira, they will tell you, come and work for God. Come and work for God. God loves you. Come and work in his vineyard. And you start doing all this service. You wake up in the morning, go to church, clean the church, do everything. No salary at all, no payment at all. And the pastor is sitting down somewhere. The alpha is sitting down somewhere, taking all the tithes and offering, sending their own children to abroad to courses that can better their own life, while you're there in the church, cleaning, wasting your time, wasting your life, no payment, nothing. And you're not thinking, and you feel that they love you. You think they love you? Now, I'm just going to ask a question. Among all these religious leaders, tell me any of them that you know that their children, one of their children, just mention one of their children that is suffering like you are. Just mention one. If you can, mention one. I'm talking about all these big pastors. I'm not talking about the upcoming that only have 20 people as their congregation. I'm talking about people that control the church, that control thousands of people. Tell me any of their children name that is suffering, is going through the same thing you are going through. Tell me any of their children that has not traveled the whole world before, and they will tell you, come work for God free of charge. And they are taking the offering that you are still paying to send their own children abroad to study, to do things. And these are the people that are supposed to rescue the youth from all this mess. These are the people that are supposed to come out to tell the government the real truth, nothing but the truth. Because their organization, this church, is supposed not to be a government-owned something. It's supposed to be a charity organization. It's supposed to be charity NGOs. As it is, they can come out and speak the truth and talk to the government. you know, and then, you know, they've also failed. They've also failed because if government are not training people, if government are messing up the youth's life by not providing school and everything, most of all these churches are they are school. What are they doing? You can't even go there in the first place. You can't attend those schools because the tuition fee is too much. You ask yourself that question. Name any of the children that you know, that you yourself you know that is suffering the way you're suffering. And then at the end of the day, the the young people, the youths that could not join the military because they don't want to waste their own life. They don't want to waste their own life going to evil forest, going Sambisa forest or whatever to go get killed. That do not want to collect bribe. That do not want to do agbero and everything. They turn all of them into beggars, social media beggars. Social media beggars. And you see every day, you see even people you don't know coming out on social media begging every day. I'm not saying it's wrong. God knows I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just telling you what the government are doing to you. So it's high time you wake up. It's high time you wake up and be wise. Be wise. Don't think the government loves you. They hate you. They don't like you. If they like you, let me just use this as goodbye. Tinubu, one time governor of Lagos State, now contesting to be president. The wife, senator. The daughter, Iya, the son, controlling all the the big boats in Lagos. You know these adverts, whatever in Lagos. Do you come? Are you a Nigerian to serve Tinubu? Are you living in Lagos to serve Tinubu? Ask yourself that question. I still remain myself, Adewale Uwaijomo. I will catch up tomorrow morning. Thank you.